All right, review one for the week. Welcome to Movies from the Core, where I tell you my complete truth when it comes down to watching a film. Um, as you can see, we have four very popular celebrities, and the film is I Know What You Did Last Summer. It came out in 1997. It's rated R. It's an hour and 41 minutes. I felt like I should do this film because they are doing. They're not calling it a reboot because they have certain people back in the film, but at the same time, it kind of is because same story, just kind of a different cast. Um, but with all of that being said, let's dive into the cast. We have Jennifer Love Hewitt as Julie James. We have Sarah Michelle Gellar as Helen Shivers. We have Anne Hesh as Melissa Egan. We have Ryan Felipe as Barry Cox. We have Freddie Prinze Jr. as Ray Bronson. We have Muse Watson as Benjamin Willis. And we have Bridget Wilson as Elsa Shivers. And last but not least, we have Johnny Galecki as Max. Now, one of the biggest things that I would like to reiterate is that this film was made by Kevin Williamson, or at least written by. For any of you that don't know, he was the main source around behind Scream. So you add that into a horror film, and it turns into a must see, at least if you ask me. Now, the whole film is straight out at you. It's, hey, what did these kids do last summer? Well, we dive right into this film where we have Helen being named, I think it's basically like the queen of queen of the town. It's a, local fishing town, and it kind of reminded me a lot of where I grew up. But anyway, so they go out, they celebrate, it's their senior year, they're all getting ready to go off to college. They all, after they celebrate, we get introduced to Max, who you can tell clear as day has a huge crush on Julie. Now, after Barry is drunk and breaks it up, it kind of gets a little heated. They all go for a ride. They go down to a beach, they drink, they have fun, and they're like, all right, well, hey, let's get out. They all have sex, the whole 9 yards. And as, they did the responsible thing. They have Ray drive because he wasn't drinking. And, well, guess what? He ends up hitting somebody. And all the shitstorm happens from there. Barry has this grand idea that they need to get rid of the body and act like it never happened. Julie's losing her mind. She doesn't know what to do. Helen and Ray are just going with it because they're afraid of Barry. Now, they get him in the trunk. They bring him to the dock. And guess what? He's alive. But Barry still has them throw him in the ocean. And he has Helen's crown. So Barry jumps in, grabs the crown. Guess what? He's alive. Year goes by, none of these kids are friends anymore, and Julie gets a note saying, I know what you did last summer. From then on, it spirals into probably one of the best whodunits that came out of the 90s, because you're sitting there trying to figure out who actually who's actually going after these four, because from the information that we are given, there is no proof that A, he survived. There is no proof that B, anybody else was there besides Max. He ends up showing up shortly after they hit the body. Now, this film is straight on one of the best horror films that came out of the 90s. And I don't know if it's because of Kevin Williamson. I don't know if it's because of the cast in general. But this film was definitely one hell of a watch. IMDb gave it a 5.8 out of 10. I gave it a 5 out of 5. And that's just because I love Kevin Williamson. The story's good. It keeps you entwined the whole film. And even after you figure out who the killer is and you figure out The whole 9 yards of it. It's very interesting. Just the whole aspect of it. How it's revealed, how people are tricked. If you are interested in watching it, at least when I researched it, it was on Netflix. So give it a watch, let me know what you think.